Hello tool groupies, tradesmen, do-it-yourselfers. Today on the Backwoods Mechanic channel, we're going to take a look at these Pittsburgh Professional Industrial Punch and Cold Chisel set from Harbor Freight. Now the first item we got to look at today is item number 4885. It is a 12-piece industrial punch and chisel set, hex-shaped handles to prevent rolling, hardened working in, enamel finish to resist rust, and it includes 6 chisels, 3 taper punches, 2 center punches, 1 pin punch with a lifetime warranty. Made from carbon steel construction out of China. These are the same deal straight out of China. 12-piece cold chisel and punch set, hex-shaped handles to prevent rolling, hardened working ends, enamel finish to resist rust, and it includes 6 pin punches, 3 chisels, 2 center punches, and a starter punch. Also with a lifetime warranty, chrome vanadium construction, model number 66440. Both of these sets are going to run you right around 12 bucks, I believe it is. I'll put the correct price here on screen. Of course, you're going to get discounts if you go in out there all the time. You're an ITC member, you're going to get you some good discounts. I paid for these. I think they're well worth the price. You go down to your local hardware store, whether it is Lowe's, Home Depot, Ace Hardware, you get yourself a nice set of punches. You're going to be paying a pretty penny for those punches. These are going to be in the exact same realm and price range what you're going to pay for a Stanley, Bostitch, something like that. Whenever it comes down to it, that does not mean these are bad chisels or bad punches. They are going to do a job. They're going to do a whole lot of work that you need them to do for the price point that you're paying for them. The fact that they got a lifetime warranty, you really can't beat them. I know if you go down to your local Lowe's, you go to pick up the Irwin set, they're going to give you a nice little deal right there, probably about 12 pieces. You're going to pay about $32. Now, unless you're buying steel that is made in Taiwan, Germany, Spain, or right here in the great US of A, you know what? All these things that says made in China on them are virtually the exact same thing. It's just a matter of whether you're going to invest money into something that has a lifetime warranty that's going to be easy to use over and over again, or if you're going to buy something based off a name brand itself. Personally love using Irwin products. I don't have a problem using Irwin products or a variety of other brands. I've still got a ton of old school Craftsman products that I bought years ago and they're working perfectly fine. Like I said, anything that you can match up, if it says made in China on it and you're going to put it side by side with any of these other tool brands out here, I don't care if it's Duralast, Crescent, Tech Pro, Pittsburgh, whatever the case may be, pretty well going to be the same thing. But the most bang for your buck is definitely going to come from Harbor Freight. Go down there and buy these. You can beat them, bang them. You can shape them to whatever design you need. Beat the hell out of them. You can always take them and grind down that edge and make them nice and sharp all over again. What I get in these sets, they're going to do a variety of work. They'll definitely pay for themselves. I'm not going to cry about it or complain about it. They're going to do a ton of work. They're going to earn me a ton of money. Yes, there is far better chisels out here for you to choose from. Gear Inch has got some great chisels, great punches. They're made in Taiwan. They're well worth investing in. But if you want some top-notch tools, I'll go ahead and tell you, we got some good USA brands you can choose from, such as Dasco. If you want something even better, I would recommend Mayhew. Mayhew, Proto, SK Tools. They got some great quality chisels and punches out there for you to choose from. These, they're going to do a variety of different things. Maintenance style repairs, do-it-yourself repairs, any type of trade work out here. There's a variety of you tradesmen out here, whether you're in HVAC, plumbing, masonry work, things like that. Some of these things are going to be right up your alley. But as far as what I'm going to use them for, I think they're going to be great. They're going to work perfectly fine. I'm not going to inspect entirely too much from these tools, but they are going to perform to a point where I can make some money on them. And that honestly is what matters to me. I'm going to get up and walk off the job site, and if it do, it's not going to cost me that much money to replace. Right here is their smaller 12-piece set. As you can see, everything is nice organized. Comes in this pouch. It's a nice basic pouch. You can hang it up on your shop wall if you're someone who's got a workbench, you got a maintenance shop, something like that. You can hang these up, reach over and grab them whenever you need them. They're going to do everything you need them to do. And if you're someone who does a lot of heavy-duty stuff, you're in the industrial trade, right here you go. These things, once again, are going to do everything you need them to do. It goes into detail and tells you the sizes on each and every one of these right here. I'm not going to go into it. You can pause the video, check them out if you'd like. Point is, these things are here. They're cheap. They're going to do a variety of work, especially when you compare them to the price of other things. Could have picked up a third, maybe even a fourth or fifth set, the price of what I would pay for one set of Irwins down there at Lowe's. That's whenever you're getting into more bang for your buck. If I could pick up 3 to 5 sets of something, if I go in and get a good discount, something like that, get 10, 20% off, whatever the case is, and I can buy up to 5 sets of something for the price of one set of something else, and they're all made in China, and these have a lifetime warranty on them, why the hell not buy them? You can warranty them out. You can reshape them if you need to. If these get all banged up, and I know they're going to, all I got to do is take them and put them on a grinder. After that, I can put them on a belt sander if I want. want to, and I'm going to get that edge right back on them, or I can take them and warranty them out and just simply exchange them whenever I'm done using them. A lot of people might not like to hear this, but if you look out here on these different channels on YouTube, all these different tradesmen out here, you will find a variety of professionals, do-it-yourselfers alike, who use this bright green brand of chisels and punches simply because it's logical to buy them. They're going to do a million different things. I mean, steel is steel. You're going to be beating on it, for Christ's sake. The only time that you're really going to need a really good quality chisel or punch is whenever you're doing a lot of heavy line work. Heavy duty stuff, you're using them day in, day out. Everybody should have a good set of chisels and punches. Like I said, that's why I recommend going with a brand like Mayhew, SK, Proto, something like that. If not, go down to Dasco. At least they're here in the USA, and they do make some pretty good quality product. Now we can see how these hold up in the future. All you got to do is pop the clutch on that subscribe button. Check out the Backwoods Mechanic YouTube channel and all these other social media platforms. I sure would appreciate if you leave a comment down below if you're someone who has these tools, you're using them in a professional or a do-it-yourself capacity. Let us know how they worked for you, how they performed for you. That way you help someone else make a more informed decision before they purchase their tools. One more final thing I will point out is the fact that they do have die stamped indicators on here that says Pittsburgh, tells you the size of each and every one of these, tells you to wear safety goggles, and the fact that they're made in China. Since I'm someone who does a lot of heavy duty industrial work, there is many times that I've had to buy chisels and punches, especially these big ones right here. These industrial punches are going to do great for a lot of different things. There's been many times I've worked on these big industrial washers and I've been having to put them lock nuts on, and you got to beat on them and bang on them to get them nice and tight up against the machine to hold that bearing in place. These things are definitely great tools to have. Now I like using my gear wrench, I like using a variety of different names. Like I said, these are at least going to be in the same realm as what Stanley, Bostitch, maybe even Irwin would be, in my opinion, and I think they're well worth the price of what you're going to pay for them, because you get all this for less than what you pay for one set of the other one. There's going to be certain situations where you absolutely need a better quality set, but once again, we're going to try these out. We're going to upload the videos, the pictures, whatever it takes, and then later on I will come back and give you my final thoughts and opinions on these tools in our after action performance review. Now, like I said, I've got Stanley, Bostitch, Irwin. I've also got some great USA brands, some made in German brands, made in Japan. Made in Japan are some of the best ones that I've had my hands on. They beat out some of the US made ones, so definitely go that route if you want top-notch quality. I just wanted to show you here. Stanley's are the exact same thing as the Irwin, Bostitch counterparts. They're made in the same factories. They are all owned by Stanley Black & Decker. There might be some slight differences in the metallurgy or the metal quality process, because some of it will be softer steel. There will be harder steel. That might make up for the price point on some brands that you pick up. But if you look at them side by side, I mean, they got the exact same size, length, the way they're ground down here at the tips and everything. I mean, they're basically identical to each other. Now, if you go over here to the gear wrench, you can look at the gear wrench, and there's a distinct difference because the gear wrench is shorter. They're made in Taiwan, but you can tell that I have used the gear wrench over and over again. You can look at them right there and tell that I beat the hell out of these things. They're all mangled up, and this is Taiwanese steel. What happened to these is essentially this. Take a piece of metal that's a chisel or a punch, and you start beating on a piece of metal. It's a little bit harder steel what the punch is that you're working with, or the chisel that you're working with, and it's going to dull it up. Had I been using a chisel that had the same steel strength as that which I was working with, it wouldn't be nearly as dull as what these are here today. Depends on what it is that you're working with. If you're working on beating something that's a cheap soft metal, you're using to beat that piece of steel is a cheap soft metal, they're going to leave indentions in them, and they're going to kind of complement each other. These Taiwanese chisels from Gear Wrench, I was actually beating on some case hardened stainless steel made out of Japan. Much harder steel than what these chisels are made out of. Whenever I'm beating on that sort of stuff, I wasn't aiming to chisel something. I was aiming to run a lock nut on a shaft that holds a bearing in place. Which is why I wanted to buy these industrial punch and chisels right here, because I did need something that was a little bit longer than what I was working with. And in that situation, it wasn't really a matter of how hard the steel was. It was just a matter of me getting it beat around into the locking position I was desiring. The downside to that, though, if you're using soft steel like Chinese made chisels and punches and you start beating on it, it's a softer metal, which means it's going to deform a little bit faster. Well, you're going to lose some of that driving force. If you take the impact of a hammer on a chisel, the majority of that impact to go into the object that you're working with. Lose a little bit of that momentum whenever you're using a cheaper steel. Now, in many cases, these things will be perfectly fine and they'll do exactly what you need them to do. It really just depends on you and the circumstances that you're in. But until next time, I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. Make sure you pop the clutch and that subscribe button, comment down below, like, share, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time.